and welcome to the Educated Edibilista. We are on episode 8 already.
Crazy.
Super crazy. Yeah. So, what are we doing today?
We're baking! You know, 'tis the season, so we thought we would make some sugar cookies, and of course, we have, you know, our pot leaf
and Jane had to be
cookie cutter
extra with some sprinkles and green icing.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we made our canna butter, vegan canna butter, last episode with the Leva, which was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It turned out really nicely, and we're going to include a photo of what it looked like when it solidified again.
Yes, so you guys can see that right above here. Yep. It turned out fabulous. The interesting thing I thought was you really couldn't smell it when it was cold in the refrigerator.
Right.
But then when we started heating it up
to bake today, you could definitely smell it.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The things you learn.
Yeah, so we decided instead of banana bread, which I really wanted to do.
We're still going to do that.
We're still going to do that. Still do that. But since it is December, sugar cookies.
Yeah,
gotta do sugar
we're excited.
Cookies. Yeah, so let's hop into it. We're going to step back here and get everything situated and then come back here and roll out and go from there. So let's take a look at the ingredients.
Woohoo!
Okay guys, so now we are combining our vegan butter with the cannabis innards with the sugar and vanilla, and it's looking pretty so far.
Light and fluffy.
Yeah, so what do we need to add? The vanilla still?
Yep, 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Here it goes. There's one.
I love vanilla.
Me too. It smells
more.
So good. Oh, what the heck. A little
See?
more. Definitely going to be the magic ingredient.
Okay guys, we're going to mix this up.
And the applesauce.
And the applesauce. Just a 1/4 cup.
Yep, let me scrape that out of there.
So we are making this vegan, so that's why we have all these other options.
And we are following a recipe, just so you know. We're not just, you know, we make
we'll
up a lot of
stuff
for you. We make a lot of stuff up as we go, but this is not one of them.
Cooking and baking, I cannot make up.
Nope.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Dry ingredients.
It's gonna make a lot of freaking cookies.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Let's share it with people.
Here we go.
Okay. So
Okay.
just do
Add a little at a time.
Yeah. So it doesn't fly once I start.
Right.
So the recipe says what, 24?
24.
Cookies?
And we were a little unsure that we would get 24 based on the size of our cookie cutter, but we might. It looks like a lot of dough.
Yeah. Okay guys, so look at this. It is gorgeous. So we have to roll it out. So we're doing, you know, the thin sugar cookies. So we're gonna do half and then the other half. Now, we said earlier, it's supposed to be around 24 cookies. So that's kind of what we base the math on. So I'll go over that while Jane starts rolling.
Woo! I'm excited.
Her do it.
I make no promises about the outcome.
Yeah, so just cut it in half.
Yeah, I'm just
all
gonna
right.
Be very scientific here.
Exactly, yeah. So if you guys remember, we did 3.5 grams of cannabis into the butter. So you multiply the grams by 1,000 to get the total amount of THC in the butter. So that would be 3,500 milligrams, okay? Now the THC, you know, cannabis isn't all THC, so we're kind of guesstimating because we really don't know. Most strains, today's strains are much stronger than, you know, if you were smoking decades ago. So they say around 20 to 23-ish%. We did our math at 20% just to be a little safe, so we're sandwiching here. She's on the ball.
Oh yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna smush it down just a little here before we start rolling. Right. It says to roll it to about 1/4 inch thickness, so we'll see.
Mini little roller.
Yes, no lethal weapons in use here. Adorable.
Okay, so at 20%, that means we take the 3,500, divide that by 20%, we get 700 milligrams of THC. So then we need to figure out how much of that, all of it in this case, is going into the recipe, and then how many servings it is to figure out how many milligrams are in each serving. So if it's 24 cookies, if that is what we end up with, it's going to be about 29 milligrams of THC, which for us in an edible is a little high.
Seems like a lot. Yeah.
So we'll probably start with half a cookie to test it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Right.
Yeah. But with edibles, always start small and give yourself a lot of time. For me, it's like 45 minutes to an hour I start feeling stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
And by the time I notice that I'm feeling something, I suspect it probably started earlier.
Yeah. Sometimes I just forget that I like, because I forget everything.
Middle age, hello.
Yes. So my husband sometimes doesn't feel stuff for like 2 hours. So completely different for
Yeah, so
everybody.
definitely know, don't
base
base it off of someone else's
if it's your first time, I would wait 2 hours minimum.
Agreed.
Just so you don't overdo it. So
I'm gonna say this is probably
I think that's pretty thin.
good. So we'll let that one go and we'll do the other half.
Alrighty. We have a whole system going.
Oh yeah. Assembly line here. Thank you, Mary.
Okay, we're gonna show you the cutouts in just a minute. To roll it out, let that sit in the freezer for a few minutes to let it get hard. Cut them out. Look, we got our first one.
Woo!
We're gonna do the rest, and then we're gonna throw them in the freezer again for a couple minutes. That way they don't spread out a lot. Hey guys, we're back. Finished baking.
Aren't they awesome?
Oh my gosh, so pretty. We got our little marijuana sugar leaf.
Ooh, get it back on there.
Cookie cutters, and we did some circles as well. That cookie cutter was a little hard to get out because of all the points. So we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and I think we got better at it as we went.
Definitely.
The first one was maybe
Do not skip putting them in the freezer before you bake them, because that,
and you may have to refreeze the dough for a little while once you put all the scraps back together and try to roll it out again.
It's really soft.
Yes.
It just does not work. So how many did we actually end up with? We said 24.
And it turned out to be 40. 40 cookies. And these are
a lot
not
of
small.
cookies to share.
These are not small. I mean,
they're not.
That's probably
this
like
is
a
normal.
3-inch circle.
Yeah, it's a normal cookie size. Yeah. So that took the milligrams down. We redid the math to 17.5 milligrams per cookie. Now it'll be a little probably less on the little square, the little circle ones.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd be curious to weigh them and see how close they were.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not that different.
Not that different, yeah, because they have all the cutouts. So, you guys, when we're making edibles, we don't really have time to try them while on film.
Right.
And we wait to see what happens.
Right.
So what we're gonna
Phone
do?
batteries would not last that long.
And I have shit to do.
Well, that, I mean, yes.
We both have shit to do.
We have shit to do.
So basically what we're gonna do is try one later ourselves, and then we will do a little video of our personal experience.
Hopefully we won't forget to do that.
Hopefully not. And then we'll post it on Instagram and Facebook, so you guys can go see that later, see what we thought. We'll probably mention it in our next video as well.
Yep.
But at least you'll get a little update before that next longer video comes out. So
now for the fun part. We get to ice our cookies and make them extra pretty. So, Mary, would you like to do the honors of the first one?
This is my favorite part.
Yes, so fun.
I mean, I'm not artistic at all, so some of my friends that are bakers don't look at this.
So pretty. You gotta do the sprinkles. Yes, I was having a moment in the parking lot of the grocery store the other day when I realized I'd forgotten to buy the green sugar. Then I'm texting Mary saying, "Oh my gosh, I didn't get it. Do I have to go back in?" But as it turned out, I did have some at home. So
look at that. So
oh my gosh, I love it.
Hey guys, hopefully the cookie doesn't fall apart.
Oh, and yeah,
Look how
that's
awesome
amazing.
that is.
Also,
Fabulous.
pro tip, make sure your cookies are completely cooled before you ice them.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to have a big old icing mess on your hands.
A hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. So I think, I mean, honestly, looking at these, I think they turned out perfectly for our first time.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, they mentioned, like your butter and stuff may separate once you're adding stuff, but everything turned out fabulous.
Sorry, you know me with my
dough was
OCD
right
over
on.
here.
The artist over here is like, has to be perfect. Yeah, so I'm super excited that.
Me too. I think they turned out really nicely. Yeah, I think they turned out really nicely.
So I'm excited to try some new stuff now.
All right, we're just going to put a little bit of sugar over that because otherwise it's going to be a wow. We are very excited to try these out, and as Mary said, we're pretty tickled with the results of our first baking with our canna butter.
So we hope that you will try something. If you have been trying stuff, let us know your favorite recipes because we're going to do all kinds of stuff.
We might need to try it too.
Yeah, so good job.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
And stay tuned for updates and reviews.
We'll let you know what we think of it, and we'll be sharing cookies with a lot of people.
Well, only if they've been good.
That's
only
right.
if they've been good.
Santa
if they're on the naughty list, they get nothing.
They would get it if they were on the naughty list, and not if they were on the good list.
Oh,
We might have to rethink this.
We might have to rethink this.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. We will see you next time. Our next one is Mary and Jane try to roll a joint. So
you're not going to want to miss that one.
I mean, we've never done it before.
We're a little concerned about how successful or unsuccessful that is going to be, but we can promise you that it will be highly entertaining.
Definitely.
Yes.
So do not miss that.
Do not miss it. Remember, we are the Educated Edibilista, and with us, you can create,
heal,
and have fun
with cannabis.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.